Yo, what is going on, everybody? I was honestly just sitting in here in my kitchen with my dogs, and I was kind of just thinking everybody's going to go into 2026 with this idea and this mindset that they want to day trade. They want to become successful at it. But actually, only really 1% of traders will ever make trading their job. And all through my beginning years of trading years and years ago, there wasn't even such thing as freaking prop firms. I mean, you had FTMO, you had some other CFD firms coming out. But as far as all these futures prop firms and all this stuff, you either bought with FTMO or you put money in a live account. Like, nobody had all these prop firms and all this stuff. So I was just thinking how much I really thought I was going to fail back then. So I'm sitting here thinking, you know, I want to make a YouTube video soon, but I want to make something valuable for people. What could I make that really helps people get into trading in the year 2026? And I thought, what not better to make a video than called How I Switched My Trading from Failure to Complete Profitability. I started trading about 4 years ago. I really started learning about 4 years ago. And like I said, there was freaking FTMO, maybe some other CFD firms, and that was that. So you guys have such advantages with all these prop firms, these copy traders, trade sinkers, and all that stuff. I mean, we used MetaTrader 5 and that was it back then. So really watch this video and learn to take advantage of it, okay? So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the desktop in my office and I'm gonna transfer you guys there with me. And we're going to go over what really changed my trading from just failure and thinking I wasn't going to make it to complete profitability, now being able to make over 70K in a month and have a Discord with a bunch of students who I've helped change their lives as well. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share the content, and without further ado, let's get on to the desktop.
All right, everybody. So welcome to the desktop. I have created you guys a Google Doc here with everything. I kind of just jotted my thoughts down earlier before I, came on and filmed this video. And I made this Google Doc for you guys. It's got, about 5 steps here that I really thought about. Okay, what did I do that helped take my trading from this ultimate failure, just not understanding what I'm doing, to now being able to, like I said in the intro, have these 5-figure plus almost 6-figure months, run this Discord full of successful traders, etc. Now, if you guys want access to this Google Doc, it's completely free. There's down in the description, my free Telegram. You will see that channel. And if you go ahead and join that free Telegram, I'm going to post this Google Doc link in there. Okay. You don't need to join my paid Discord. You don't need to join any of my paid stuff to have access to this Road to Profitability Google Doc. I'm going to put it in my free Telegram. So make sure you check out the link in the description as well. Now, one thing I do want to come on here and outline before we actually get into the video is I did mention in the intro how I've created all these traders that are just having immense amounts of success. And I mean, the Profit Post channel in my Discord speaks for itself. I mean, there are so many people just absolutely feasting. This guy I remember this guy from the other day, he made 1,365 across 5 accounts. That's almost $7,000 this guy made in one trade. And we take all these trades on live calls, so they're able to do this with me. I mean, the results are immenseful. I mean, we just have people feasting on their funded accounts. This guy got a funded account. I mean, it's so much, and I'm so thankful to be able to do this. Again, like I said, all my free Telegrams and stuff are down in the description, but if you also want access to live trade with me in the group every single day, that link will be down in the description as well. So valid profit posts from my students, and just look how far it goes up. I mean, we could continue to just keep going. I mean, it's insane, and I'm so thankful to be able to share my profitability with young men, young women who want to succeed at trading. And it is definitely the cheapest Discord on the market, I'd say. It's $35 a month, guys. $35 a month. Do you see some of the stuff that these guys are charging? They want $500 a month, $10,000 one-time fees. $35 a month to have a live trading Discord. I mean, I don't think it gets any better than that. So if you guys want access to that, and like I said, the free Telegram where this Google Doc will be going, that is all down in the description below. But let's actually take a look at the first of the 5 steps here, and it's risk management before anything else. Keyword, before anything else. Let me highlight that. There. Risk management before anything else. How many times can I say it? Profitable traders obsess over how much they can lose, not how much they can make. Okay, fixed risk per trade is usually 0.5 to 1% for me. And never moving stops emotionally is what keeps one bad day from wiping out a week's progress. And that is something that immensely helped me when I was going through my path and my journeys of trading. Okay, you need to understand that going through trading, you're going to take losses. Okay, but can you control these losses? Can you make sure these losses are not huge? And the key thing that I made sure to include here is this: hard stop losses and never moving stops is what keeps one bad day from wiping out weeks of progress. When I was a beginner trader, and one of the key things that kept me from becoming profitable was actually just how much progress I'd make. I'd go on a good winning streak. Maybe I'd take 4 or 5 trades in a row that were winners. Maybe I went on a 2-week winning streak. Maybe out of my last 5 trades, I only lost 1 of them, etc. And I made all this profit. I built up my funded accounts. I built up my live account, and then I over-risked, over-leveraged, got confident. Maybe I moved my stop loss, and then the next thing you know, bang, that one trade that hit stop loss because I decided to not use proper risk management just wipes out all that progress, and you have to restart again. You feel like crap. It ruins your psychology. You think you're a bad trader. You are acting like a bad trader, and it's just a recipe for disaster. I highly recommend, whether you're on a funded account or a live account, this goes for anyone regardless of what you're trading, a funded account or a live account, 0.5 to 1% risk is crucial. So if you do the math, if you have a $100,000 account, you should be risking no more than $1,000 per trade. No more. If you have a $50,000 account, you should be risking no more than $500 per trade. Okay. I would even argue that, sometimes if you're acting more conservative to make sure you're usually using proper risk, the 0.5. You guys don't know how many times I've gotten loads and loads of great payouts just from taking consistently good trades using 0.5% risk. Now, guys, I know sometimes it sucks. You guys want to see the big numbers. You want to see the large numbers on your screen. Okay. You see all these traders potentially making $5,000 to $10,000 a day. Some are making 6 figures a month. Now, trust me, guys, I was at your stage at one point. I made $70,000 in the month of October. Do you actually think I got there by just, let me just wake up one day and place all these big trades? No, it took years and years of just getting used to my strategy, continuing to work hard, and most importantly, using proper risk management to build consistency. So before anything else, you need to make sure that your mind is right with the risk management. You need to know how much you are risking, and you need to completely make sure that you are not moving your stop losses, that you're not altering things, that you are just risking 0.5 to 1% of your account. Compound trades at 0.5 to 1% of your risk of your total account balance, and watch how quickly results start to show up better for you. Just watch. I dare you to try for a month. Just risk no more than 1% per trade, and watch how better your results get. Watch how much more winning trades and comfortable winning trades you'll take, and watch how much stress-free losers you will take. How much losers you will take and be like, it's not that bad because I use proper risk management. I'm telling you, risk management before the highlighted thing, before anything else. Step number 2 to actually achieving profitability is to trade one clear edge and not everything. Okay. Losing traders try to trade every setup, and profitable traders have 1 to maybe 2 A+ setups. Okay. The same confirmations, the same conditions, they repeat it and rinse it and repeat it every single day. Show you guys my chart here. This is my 4-hour chart on my trading view. I trade support and resistance. I trade bounce plays. Okay. As you can see, I like to mark out areas where price bounces off of them, and I like to see price react off these levels. So you see price reacts off the level here, price reacts off the level here, it comes back up and reacts off the level here. This is what I like to see from price. I like to see it react off these levels. As you can see, price kind of reacted off this level here too, as it did in the past. Okay. Every single day I trade the same way. Ask anybody in my Discord, ask any of my students, look at any of the profit posts or the testimonies in my Discord, etc. I trade exactly the same way every single day. A lot of traders go through this phase in the beginning parts of their trading where they just strategy hop. They see the results, maybe they lose a trade on a specific strategy. Oh, I don't like this strategy, I just lost a trade. And they start trying to look for all these different confluences. They start trying to trade different strategies. Just stick to one strategy, build your confidence with that strategy, build your confluences with that that strategy and continue to trade it every single day. You don't need to have 40 different confluences. You don't need to have 10 different strategies. Develop an edge, develop a strategy, a system of rules, a system of profits, and build it and continue to trade it and rinse and repeat it every single day. Strategy hopping will be the death of you. Find something that works for you and continue to stick with it. Number 3 is waiting for confirmation and not prediction. Okay, failure comes from trying to call tops and bottoms. Profitability comes from letting price prove itself. Breaks, retest, volume confirmation, or clean reaction at key levels before entering. Okay, those are my confirmations. Okay, I trade key levels as I showed you on the charts here. I have all my support and resistance levels marked out. That's what I trade. I trade key levels. But whatever your confluences are, you need to not try to outdo the market. You need to wait for these confluences to form. Okay, you cannot sit here and try to be the guy that top ticks and bottom ticks everything. Not everybody is Powell trades. Not everybody is that type of trader. Most traders, 99% of full-time traders, wait for their confirmations. They wait for their rules. They wait for their strategies. Okay, you guys do not need to be trying to predict the market and be this market mover type of big player trader. Just trade the market, trade your confluences, build your systems. This is kind of a point that comes off the last one here. Okay, build your system, build your strategy, and wait for confluences. You are not trying to predict the market. You are trying to get in. And that is why I love support and resistance so much, is because you mark out these zones where big moves have happened before, where the big whale traders have made their money happen before. So if price comes back to these certain areas, you're just saying to yourself, okay, I want to get back in with them. And that is the beautiful part about trading support and resistance like we do every single day in my live trading call. Now, I made this a separate point, but it really ties into this point. You guys need to develop a system of confluences. I'll just put them both together now. You guys need to develop a system of confluences that you completely understand is just every single day, I'm going to wait for these to happen. And if they don't happen at where I want them to happen and produce me a good setup, I'm going to sit on my hands or get off the computer. And that is one of the most important things that you can do as a trader. This one's a big one. Emotional control and rule-based execution. Okay, if your emotions are not in check, you will fail. I'm sorry. If your emotions are not in check, you will fail. Okay, you have to understand that emotions are the biggest part of trading. I'm sure you guys have seen analogies like this, but 95% of trading is emotions. The other 5% is the strategy you build. You see, anyone can hop on a backtesting platform or a YouTube video and take notes about a strategy. Okay, strategies are like math equations. With enough repetition with a strategy, eventually you can master it. But can you show up to the live markets every single day with the emotions intact that this strategy that you are going to put out every single day is going to be executed at its full potential because your emotions are in check? Okay, emotions and psychology are the biggest thing. In my Discord, we have a whole section here that I just recently created it. We have a whole section here where we talk about psychology. This guy, John right here, Jonathan, I think is his name. He put out something that helped him with psychology. I had somebody ask me about questions with psychology. And then obviously in the general chat room, we obviously talk about psychology all the time. So there's so many different ways to overcome psychology, but you have to put action forth. Okay. And that is something that can't really be taught. Eventually, that's just something you yourself as a trader have to develop. And that was something that was holding me back for so long. Until I could get my emotions in check, I didn't succeed at trading. And it was the same thing I just said to you applies to me. Okay, back when I was a beginner trader, I learned my strategy. I knew what I wanted to see and I put in the repetitions. I back tested, I forward tested, I took notes on my strategy, I memorized my strategy. For some reason on the live markets, I just couldn't make that money. I just couldn't become profitable. And that was because I realized, wow, my emotions are not in check. I am not trading how I should be trading, regardless if I know the strategy or not. And once I got my emotions in check, it was a clear night and day difference in how good my trading became. Because like I said, anybody can hop on a chart and just look at candlesticks and say, I think I'm going to enter here based on a strategy I know. Can you manage the trade? Can you get out at the right time? Are your stops in there at the right time? Can you manage drawdown? Can you manage fluctuating profit and loss? Maybe your money goes from 500 in profit to 500 loss, back to 600 in profit, and then hits stop loss or then hits take profit. Can you manage these things? Can you watch your money fluctuate? Can you deal with the live markets? And until your emotions are in check, you're not going to be a successful trader. I think that is the number one thing that keeps traders from not succeeding is they think they know. They think, oh, I'm good. You know, the markets ain't going to do nothing to me. I'm all good. I got my Rolex on. I think I'm all good. No, man. Are your emotions in check? And until they aren't, and until your psychology, your emotions, and your everything, you know what I mean? Until it's all good, you ain't going to do nothing in these markets, okay? So get your emotions in check before you start trading, whether that's demo accounts, paper trading, evals before live accounts. Get your emotions in check. Finally, this is probably one of the biggest physical things that just changed my life, and that is journaling and reviewing trades relentlessly, like it is your last day on earth, like somebody's taking away journaling for your whole life. Review, and you have to memorize your strategy and your trades. Relentlessly review your trades and journal every single day. So this is my trading journal right here. I use TradeZella. As you guys can see, this is TradeZella right here. And as you can see, here's my profitable, months. I got all the months here. You continue to go back. You continue to see this is the trading journal I use. So yeah, TradeZella is amazing, okay? Whether you guys decide to journal on a platform like TradeZella, if you want access to that, the link will be down in the description, or you just choose to journal relentlessly and with so much detail and effort on a Google Doc or a Notion. Journaling is so important. Let me show you how TradeZella works. Like if we head back to let's see a day like this, like Tuesday. Let's see, I can't really remember. Here, view note. So here you guys can see I journaled my trade here, okay? I'm showing you guys, there's a picture of my trade. Here's a higher time frame, 15-minute rejection on an hour 1 key level. And as you guys can see, some of them I'm sure I've gotten even more in depth in. If we go here, we hit view note. Yeah, okay. Here's more notes about my trading, okay? You need to journal your trades. Every single day, you need to come to the markets and you need to say to yourself, what am I doing? Why did this happen? How did this work? So you can go back and look, so you can continue to get repetition about this, okay? Journaling your trades is not a joke, and I know a lot of people may get lazy with it, even me sometimes. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I do it every single day of my life. Like I get lazy with it sometimes. I miss some days with it, okay? What you guys need to do is you guys need to develop a journal. Every single day, you need to get a screenshot of your trade, why you took it, why the market looked like this, what was the strategy, what was happening when you took it, what could you do better, what will you do better, etc. Okay? And that is one of the main things that it comes to when you are trading, okay? You have to journal your trades. You cannot go throughout the day, you cannot go throughout your trading career without journaling. And that was the number one thing I saved the best for last. It is the number one and most important physical thing that I did to help myself continue to get better at trading, okay? Now, those are the 5 things that really helped me switch from failure, inconsistency, to becoming profitable. Now I'm gonna give you guys a little bonus footage of some way that you can get started in 2026. Prop firms, bang, baby. Okay, you guys need to be trading on prop firms. I'm not even playing. I do not recommend, if you are a complete beginner trader, that you start throwing money into live accounts, okay? And look at some of the deals that these prop firms are running. This is the first prop firm that I use, Apex Trader Funding. And funny enough, this month where I made over 70K in a month, had 16 and 15K days, that was because I was using Apex accounts. You can copy trade up to 20 accounts on Apex, and I copy traded 10 100K accounts for $1 million in funding. And as you can see, they are running a deal right now, 80% off of evals, okay? If you use the code JMM, you will get 80% off your evals, okay? There's so many different prop firms that you can use. Apex is the first one. I also use a very popular one named Alpha Futures. Again, all my codes are JMM for all these prop firms I'm about to show you. And you guys can see there's so many different plans that you can choose based on your situation, your comfortability with trading, your experience, etc. Alpha Futures is a good one. For CFDs, I like Equity Edge and I like Alpha Capital Group, which is the CFD version of Alpha Futures. Equity Edge is amazing. They have some of the most simple, stepped prop firms. The rules are so laid out. They're so drawn out. I love Equity Edge. I love Alpha Capital Group. It's just simply amazing. Prop firms, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, man, I didn't really have those when I started trading, guys. I had FTMO and then you had a live account, okay? That was how life was for traders back then. Now you guys are Alpha Capital Group was actually out back when I was learning how to trade. They were one of the beginners. But guys, I don't think you guys understand how blessed you are to have some of these prop firms with these discounts that they're running. 80% off for Apex, Equity Edge. You can use my code JMM. I mean, Alpha Futures, what are they running right now? They're running, you know, if there's a section where you can put my code in on Alpha Futures and you'll get 25% off. Same with Alpha Capital Group. They're running 35% off right now. Guys, I have a code for these prop firms because I use them. I trust them. They've helped me have successful months like all of these. And what you can do is use my code on these prop firms and get your own accounts, okay? Yes, I make commission off these when you buy with my code. I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't make commission. Of course I do. But the best part about it is you guys get to save money on evals, and who doesn't want that? You guys need to be taking advantage of prop firms. A lot of you beginner traders are working a job. Maybe you guys are in college. You don't have the most money to your name. You guys have got to take advantage of prop firms, okay? So what you guys need to do is go to these prop firms, continue to use my code, JMM, and you guys are going to be locked in with 80% off, 25% off, 50% off, 35% off. I mean, the list just keeps going on and on of the opportunities these prop firms offer. Apex has their promo right here. Alpha Futures, like I said, just use my code and it'll take it off at checkout. Same thing with Equity Edge. Alpha Capital is doing 35% off right now. I mean, there's so many different opportunities for you guys to trade on these prop firms. You guys do not have to throw your hard-earned money into live accounts. So without further ado, guys, that is going to cap it off for this video. I'm so thankful for you guys all being here. Like I said, take advantage of these prop firms. Use my code JMM to save money. And if you want access to this Google Doc, join the free Telegram in my description below, and the Google Doc will be sent in there. So I'm beyond thankful for all of you. Blessed to have you all on my channel. Do not forget, if you want to trade live with me every single day in 2026, the link for the WAP trading room will also be down in the description as well. Peace and love to all of you. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Peace out.